Hello friends, my name is Raza Masood. Today we'll discuss about a topic reserve analysis. Friend, today's topic is very important. Reserve analysis. We will see this topic in detail with respect to project management, PMI, or project management body of knowledge. We will see this topic in detail. Friend, this is a very important topic. If you are a student and studying project management in any university, let me tell you that this is a very important topic, and you must know that what is reserve analysis. Friend, with this, if you talk about with respect to exam point of view, if you are going to give exam of project management in any university, or especially if you are planning to give exam of PMP, so friend, this topic is very important, and you will definitely see this topic reserve analysis in the exam. Around 4 to 5 questions you will definitely see in the exam which are directly related to reserve analysis. Secondly, friend, if you are a professional project manager and working in any organization as a project manager, so again this topic is very important. You must know that how to do the reserve analysis and what is the purpose of reserve analysis. So friend, this topic is very important, and honestly saying, I just want to make a very simple and very easy to understand video so that everyone can understand the concept of reserve analysis with respect to project management. And I will try my level best to I don't want to go into the nitty gritties of project management. I just want to share my thoughts, my knowledge, my experience with you so that you can understand the concept of reserve analysis. And if you are a student, I'm hopeful that this video can be helpful for you in the exam with respect to exam point of view. Or if you are already a professional project manager, so again this video can be helpful for you in your practical or professional life, so that why we need to use the reserve analysis and how we can use it. So friend, let's start. First of all, I would request to please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell option as well so that my new videos can reach to you. So let's start. What is reserve analysis? See, friend, here these two terms, reserve analysis. uh, Friend, if I ask from you in a general sense, in a very simple general sense, what do you think that what is reserve and reserve? What is the meaning, or what is the purpose of reserve something? For example, if you are planning to go from one location to another location, from location A to location B, you want to travel through aeroplane. So what you can do, you can call and reserve a seat for you. Okay, so they will say that okay, this seat has been reserved for you. Reserve means, friend, that it has been booked for you and no one else can use it, and if you use it will be available for you. So friend, same concept of reservation, like in for example in railway station or air bookings, same concept of reservation here as well. When we are talking about budget making, when we are building a budget, so we are basically we are reserving the cost. Okay, so this is called the concept of reservation here. When with respect to project management, reserve analysis is one of the technique used to determine a project budget. During reserve analysis, a project is analyzed from a cost overruns point of view, and buffers are placed in appropriate place. These buffers are called contingency and management reserve. See friend, here when we are making the budget, we have to see with respect to cost overrun. Cost overrun means that, for example, if you know, for example, if you have to build a e-commerce solution for a customer, and your knowledge is, your analysis says that, for example, $5,000 cost is required to for development, for example. So what would be your budget here? See friend, here you have to think in that sense that 5,000 is your cost with respect to development, testing, production, deployment, etc. But this is not the only case. If there is any cost overruns occur, so what you will do in that case? See friend, here for example, any bad thing happens, for example your resources are not trained, any unidentified risk issue occur, So in that scenario, what you will do, you have to add some buffers in the cost. That means, see friend, here if you are building a budget for a project and you have to see the risk due to cost overrun, so what you will do, you will add some buffers in the budget. These buffers are adding the adding of these buffers in the budget to cater the risk due to cost overrun. This is called the concept of reserve analysis. Here just see that same example. If you are building a e-commerce solution and you know that your development and testing cost include $5,000, so if you are making a project budget here, so what you will do, you have to add some more buffers considering the factors that, for example, your training resources are not trained, so you have to add the cost of training here as well. You have to add some more buffer here because maybe there's some issue occur, like any unidentified issue occur. So what you will do in that case, so you have to add all these buffers in the budget. That is called the concept of reserve analysis. So reserve analysis is basically building a project budget to, and you have to add budget, you have to add buffers considering the risk of cost overrun. So to cater the risk of cost overrun, you add some buffers in the budget. That is called the concept of risk reserve analysis. Here see friend, here these buffers can be contingency and management reserve. These buffers, the buffers which you are adding in the budget, are called, one is called as contingency and the second one is called management reserve. Remember one thing, that to cater the risk of cost overrun, we have to add few buffers, some buffers in the budget. And there are two types. These buffers are called, these are the two types of buffers. One is contingency reserve and second one is the management reserve. So see, we have to see what is contingency and management reserve. Friend, contingency reserve are the buffers to account for risks that you know will occur. See friend, here this is a very simple definition. Contingency reserve are the buffers which you add in the budget for the risk that you know will occur. For what does that mean? For example, you know it very well. For example, you have to build an e-commerce solution for your customer and you know it very well that your team is not trained on, for example, on PHP or like any other software like .NET or any other software technology. For example, you know it very well that your team is not trained very well, and you have to provide the training, and then your resources will be able to do the project. So in that case, you must have to add the cost of training as well in your budget. So that is called the concept of contingency reserve. Here this is the budget, this is the contingency reserve is a buffer which you will add in the project budget to cater the risk of overrun cost. Okay, so contingency reserve are the buffers, are the buffers to account for risk that you know it they will occur. Okay, so this is called the concept of contingency reserve. Contingency reserve are the buffers to account to for risks you know it very well that it will occur. Okay, now management reserves are for risks that have not been identified. See friend, here these are the reserve which you know that at that moment you don't identify that there is risk, but you have to add some buffer in the project budget for the unidentified risk. So this is called as management reserve. See friend, here contingency reserve are those risks, are the buffer for those risks which you know will occur. So this is called the contingency reserve, and management reserve are the buffer for those risks which you don't know, which are unidentified, and you have to add some buffer, some cost for those risks in the project budget to cater the risk of cost overrun. So this is called the concept of management reserve here. So what is basically friend, the reserve analysis means that to cater the risk of cost overrun in project budget, we have to add few buffers in the project budget. So there are two types of reserve, contingency and management reserve. To cater the risk which you know it very well, we have to add the buffers, and this buffer is called as contingency reserve. And the buffers which you don't know, the risk which you don't know, which are unidentified, these buffers for which you add the buffers which you add for the unidentified risk, this is called as management reserve. Okay friends, so that's all from my side. I hope you like this video. If you like, please share it with your friends and colleagues, and thanks a lot for your time, and that's all from my side.